Concepts in art. Since the beginning of time, artists had been trying to portray the way they see reality. Sometimes what they do is mere reflection of what they see, in which their work of art portrays something as faithful as it is in life. In this case, the artist's function is of being at a mirror that wants to show you a moment, like in a photography. Portraits landscapes normally use this technique. Also, a lot of painters tend to focus on feelings and expressions, either from themselves or the characters of their work of art. Line. If we deconstruct the elements of art as the simplest one is the line. The definition of art is the element of art that is continuous mark made on surface by moving point. Color. The color is used in a work Color. The color used in a work of art can set the tone of the general mood. It can make you feel sad, happy. Probably the feeling is caused by the color it's used. Colors have three properties. Hue, the name of the color such as blue or red. Value, the amount of lightness or darkness that is in the hue. Intensity, the brightness or dullness of the hue. Colors can be divided in primary, secondary, and tertiary. Also, colors can be warm or cool.
Iconography and iconology. As you can imagine, works of art are a product of its context. Even if the artist doesn't acknowledge it, he or she is making a statement of its time, maybe in an unconscious way. So, to fully understand the work of art, we need to look at its symbols. That is what iconography tries to do. Iconography looks at what is behind the work of art. It implies that a written text underlies an image. For that, we need to unravel the symbols. A symbol is something that it has a different meaning beyond its appearance. Iconology is about the origin and interpretation of the image in order to understand a work of art in an iconology level. You must know the context in where it was born. You need to investigate and do some research. Where is it from? What was happening in the world at that moment? What artist made an influence in the painter? Then you can create an interpretation that will be more accurate and reliable. Methodologies to analyze art. Art is composed from many different elements that interact and influence. In order to make a good approach of an artwork, we should look at some elements such as line, color, shape, form, space, and texture. Also, we need to look carefully to the symbols at the context in which the work of art was made, iconography and iconology. Semiology. Semiology is the science that studies the signs. According to the Swiss linguist called Ferdinand de Saussure, every sign has two parts, the signifier and the signified. The signifier is a reference of how is the word written and how does it sound. For example, the signifier in the word dog are the letters D, O, and G, and the sound dog. Study of the lives of the artists. The study of the biographies of the authors is a very old method that can have some dangers. In a way, we can learn a lot of the motivations, the objectives, and illusions of an artist and how his art was affected by the context in which he lives. Psychoanalysis. Originated by Sigmund Freud, psychoanalysis deals with issues from the past and tries to reconstruct them in the present, creating a new way of seeing your own life. The unconscious, which is what's inside your mind, but sometimes is not perceived or it is buried, needs to be revealed in order to understand ourselves, our fears and desires. In order to unravel this, Freud thinks that we need to analyze our dreams among other things. Art can reflect a lot of person behind the work of art. Because art is expressive, it reveals aspects of the artist who creates it, of the patron who funds it, and of the culture in which it is produced.